fuel cells are another examples of the batteries which can be called as galvanic cells, which also converts chemical energy directly into the electrical energy. But the difference is that they are having the active materials are not an integral part of the device. That is, in the battery we are having all the materials as an integral part, but in the fuel cells we are having an external source whichever is used only when power is desired. Hence, it can run indefinitely as long as it is supplied with a source of hydrogen and a source of oxygen. For oxygen, generally we use air. The source of hydrogen is generally referred to as any fuel, and thus gives the fuel cells its name, the fuel cell, and also there is no combustion involved in these type of fuel cells. The oxidation of the hydrogen instead takes place electrochemically in a very efficient way, while the battery will cease to produce electrical energy when the limiting reactant stored within the battery is consumed. So we can say for the fuel cells, like in the batteries we are having an integral part of all the materials for anodic or cathodic materials, but in the fuel cells these are having an external source of fuel or air. So these can provide energy as long as we provide these external sources of fuel, but as we stop the external sources, the fuel cell will stop providing the power density, and hence we can say it is having a very high efficiency. As we can see in this diagram, we are having a fuel in, that is from the external source fuel is giving to the fuel cell, and like for example we can say hydrogen as a fuel. So hydrogen is providing in this particular electrode, and from this electrode electrons are moving with the electric current, and electrons are moving to the other cathodic material, and from the cathode we are providing oxygen as air, and this oxygen and hydrogen when reacts it will form water, and this water is moving out from this external source. So all fuel cells are based around a central design using two electrodes, as I have already shown in the last figure, separated by a solid or liquid electrolytic solution that carries electrically charged particles between them. A catalyst is also often used to speed up the reactions at the electrodes. Fuel cell types are generally classified according to the nature of the electrolyte they use, and also based upon their temperature range. So we can say each type requires particular material and fuel and is also suitable for different applications. Basically we are having 6 types of fuel cells, that is the PEMFC, that is the proton exchange membrane fuel cell, then DMFC, direct methanol fuel cell, PAFC, that is phosphoric acid fuel cell, AFC, that is alkaline fuel cell, then SOFC, that is solid oxide fuel cell, then MCFC, that is molten carbonate fuel cell. We can easily distinguish the type of fuel cell using the name, that is if we are seeing the PEMFC, that is proton exchange membrane fuel cell, that is these fuel cells will use some type of membrane, then direct methanol, that these type of fuel cells must be using some methanol as a fuel, then phosphoric acid as a electrolytic solution, then alkaline fuel cell shows that these are having some alkalinity nature of the electrolytic solution, then solid oxide fuel cell, that these are also including some solid oxide or solid form of oxides as electrolytic solution, then molten carbonate, again the electrolytic solution. So we can differentiate these fuel cells on the basis of their operating temperature range and also the basis of fuel and electrolytic solution. Fuel cell, so as the name suggests, the polymer is acting as an electrolytic solution and fuel is mainly hydrogen. For alkaline fuel cell, that is alkalinity nature of electrolytic solution, that is KOH, potassium hydroxide. Then DMFC, that is direct methanol fuel cell. So we can say methanol is acting as a fuel, and again as PMFC, polymer is acting as an electrolyte. Then in PAFC, that is phosphoric acid fuel cell, as the name suggests, again phosphoric acid is acting electrolytic solution, whereas the fuel is again similar, hydrogen or carbon dioxide. Then molten carbonate fuel cell, that is MCFC, we are having molten carbonate which is acting as electrolytic solution, whereas fuel in this case can be methane or hydrogen or carbon monoxide. Now in the last solid oxide fuel cell, we are having a solid oxide which is again acting as electrolytic solution for these type of batteries, and the fuel is methane or hydrogen or carbon monoxide. Whereas For all the 6 types, we are having some different types of temperature ranges. So we can say that these are specific for specific applications in our different sectors of the industries. For today's lecture, we have discussed mainly the secondary examples of batteries, that is the lead acid or lithium ion batteries. Then we had focused on solid state electrolytic batteries and then fuel cells and its types in brief. Now in the next lecture, we'll main focusing about the fuel cells and its type, the principle behind the fuel cells. Then we will discuss more about the PV cells, that is the